how can a great club fall so violently from grace? I mean, Richmond aren't flying. It was a 5-day break for the Tigers on the road.
You misread where you are in the list, Bill. And I know Tim Kelly was so tempting because he's coming home, he's going to one of the two, and you get excited in the moment. But
it wasn't just that, though.
That's one of the series of decisions they've made. And here's a little bit of context to some of the bad buying over the years. Like, it's easy to do when a player says, I want to play for you, and he's...
Yeah, and I think also overpaying...
Look at the picks.
Your home
14, 24 and a future first.
Yeah, for that. And these are just some of the worst trades in the history that we've highlighted off the back of that. It can really ruin your club, as we saw with a few clubs, including Collingwood with Dane Beams.
And it'll give, other clubs plenty to think about, including the likes of, there's a go-home factor with Jackson that's going to be there from Melbourne. You've got Rankin and Lukosius, who you've been big on.
Yeah, well, very easy for West Coast to go, OK, Luke Jackson's the guy, but you're not going to get him for free. So then you have to give up more draft picks. Same with Tim English. And then other clubs as well need to learn the Tim Kelly lesson about if Rankin and Lukosius want to go, don't be scared to let them go, as Fremantle have shown us.
And we disagree on many things, but I am entirely with you on if they want to go, let them go. You'll always get overpaid in return because it puts pressure on the club they nominate.
Luke Jackson would be crazy to leave Melbourne to go to West Coast.
Chera's a good example. Simon Garlick and the Fremantle Footy Club let him go. They traded hard for him. They get good value in, and it's play on, as Garlick admitted on the weekend.
I think clubs can get obsessive about maintaining a player at all costs, and I don't know if sometimes that's based upon not wanting to be seen as a club that loses a player here and there. The fact that Adam Chera wanted to leave, we're really comfortable with the fact that it wasn't based upon something that was occurring at a club. As long as you're doing what you need to do as a club, if someone wants out, I think there is an element of objectivity where you sit there and say, OK, that's fine. How do we maximise this situation?
He'll be great for Carlton. So he's one I disagree with on what he'll do at his age and the class that he's got. They've been crying out for class at Carlton, and what he's going to do for Patrick Cripps and what he's
didn't go
already
for nothing,
done. I know he didn't, but I think he's going to be worth it at his age and where Carlton are building as a group to go somewhere. I think they've got a young group around him with Curnow and Mackay forward, and I think now this guy used to have the weight of his world on his back. I think now with Adam Chera coming, and Chera's a classier player than Hewitt and Matty Kennedy. Chera's more your Rolls-Royce type player, and I think he's allowing Cripps to do things that he couldn't do.
I don't think we're arguing that it's not been good for Carlton, but it hasn't been bad for Fremantle to lose him. They've still got Jai Amiss, who hasn't played yet, top 10 pick. He's a forward perhaps to come in after Tabiner, so maybe a win-win.
But you think it was a loss for West Coast with Kelly, obviously, but you highlighted Chera there. I'm just saying,
West Coast paid the kitchen sink for him.
But you played Simon Garlick in terms of Adam Chera. I think he's going to be wonderful.
Yeah, but they're in different spots, though.
But why did you bring it off the back of Tim Kelly, though?
Well, because West Coast took Tim Kelly when their list was ageing and in decline, and they didn't recognise it. Carlton have taken Chera when they're coming in.
What do you think, Chera, for Carlton?
I think he'll be fine. Okay. But I think I'm talking about... I didn't even mention Carlton. I'm talking about the Fremantle end of it.
But just interesting, I thought you were raising Chera.
It was the right thing for Fremantle. Once he said, I want to go, to let him go.
Yeah, and it's a lesson for other clubs that if you don't overpay to keep players, because sometimes it might not be a disaster that you think it's going to be.
Except GWS should have overpaid to keep Jeremy Cameron. They should have done everything to keep him.